and the one I didn't mention, which was... What was the one I didn't mention? I hate when that happens, when you forget what you're going to say. It's no fun. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Before Today. I'm Owen, and we're going to go over the last week or so of weird stuff that happened on the internet. This time we have the boob physics in Dead or Alive, the new Jason stuff from Friday the 13th, the game, the death of AIM, people there hating Nazis, hating Wolfenstein, and a new Batmobile-like car in GTA 5. So, up first, the boob physics in Dead or Alive. This is one of those things that I always thought was kind of odd in the Dead or Alive games because they really like focusing on the body. And in the Xtreme series, which is the volleyball ones, they've basically just skipped the whole fighting aspect of the game and have gone straight to oogling the characters, which, I mean, is fine. Everybody does whatever they do. But they have decided that in the PC version of the game, the one thing they're going to mess with to make the lower end computers be able to play it more is the physics for the boobs, which, let's be honest, they look more like flotation devices than they do actual breasts, but that's not the point. They have decided that that's where they're going to take away the graphical power from in regards to the lower end video cards. So those guys who have the lower end computers aren't going to I guess have the characters be as bouncy. I don't know what else to say to that. Which is going to be kind of interesting because it also really doesn't matter actually, now that I think about it, because the chance of it getting ported over here stateside is really slim. But that's going to be an interesting one. I don't want to say keep my eye on that because it sounds kind of creepy, but I'm going to keep on watching that to see if it does get ported over to here, to see what happens with that in regards to the American audience, because that one should be fun. So according to PC Gamer, which I'll post the article down below, GTA 5 is going to be getting a Button-esque Batmobile, which if you've seen the Tim Burton ones, you'll know exactly what that is. It's the really sleek looking one from the 90s movies with... Was it Val Kilmer as Batman? I don't remember which Batman that was off the top of my head, which is kind of making me sad. I just remember it was Jim Carrey's Riddler and Danny DeVito as the Penguin, but that's not the point. But they're going to be doing that. They're going to be doing a new car called the Coil Cyclone and a new helicopter called the Hunter as well, which is basically just it looks like the stereotypical Apache helicopter with camo and a shark face painted on it. So it's going to be like those old movies that you always saw. And going to be a couple of races and a mode called Condemned, which looks interesting because it's basically reverse VIP, so you are a target until you kill somebody else, and then that makes them the target, which with GTA is gonna be kind of interesting because they have that habit of all of their games just becoming giant shows of everybody murdering everybody because it's GTA. That's what basically the point of the game is. So they haven't released a date for that yet, but it is coming soon, and I think it's going to be the last one before the next major update. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll try and keep you updated on that one as well. Speaking about this week, I guess, Friday the 13th is coming up, and Gun Media and the Friday the 13th guys are releasing Jason Part 4, which, don't quote me on this because I don't remember, but if it's the Jason I think it is, it's the one post Tommy Jarvis killing him, but pre him getting the chains wrapped around his neck and dropped into the lake. I'm not sure because there's probably 19 Jason movies at this point, but they're adding him in, where he has basically it's a machete on a really long stick, and they're adding in the Jarvis house, which is going to be fun because I want to see if they're doing just the house itself and making it a really small contained map, or if they're doing like they did with Dead Before Dawn when they added Michael Myers, if they're doing the house and then a couple of like a block maybe of a couple of houses down either side to kind of open the map a bit more to make it a bit more winnable, because 8 people and, well, 7 people and Jason on a house. Unless it's a huge bleeding house, which I don't remember the Javis house being that big. It would be kind of a small map. It'd be a really easy map for Jason to do because he just want to shank everybody through a wall and call it good. But they're doing that, and I think they're adding more clothing in as well, which at this point they've already added a couple of new updates from when the game had the kind of shaky start at the beginning, and the 80s, not beachwear basically, which is just the whole cast of playable characters so far in beachwear. There's no other way to explain it. And I think, actually, now that I mention it, if I remember correctly, they are also adding in a new playable character that's not Jason. But as with everything else, I'll post it down below and you can check it out for yourselves. So, good news and bad news, I guess. December 31st, by the looks of it, is going to be the death of AIM. And not the AIM one by, was it Guy Pearce? Ben Kingsley? I think it was that one. I think it was Guy Pearce. Was it Guy Pearce or Guy Ritchie? I don't remember, but that's not the point. The AOL Instant Messenger that, for those of us who are old enough, young enough, in that range, will remember as kids and young adults getting like 19 CDs a month. That was like a $10 off or like once a month or something for the internet, which took 19 minutes to load up. That's a whole nother argument for a different day. But they're killing it December 31st. Those of you who still have access to it, I guess, if you have any pictures on there, I want you to download them and save them to your files, but I don't believe you're going to be able to get any more than that. I think that's basically all they're going to allow. But it's going to be interesting because I want to see if that will lead to the death of the rest of America online. Because where AIM is just, for the most part, the messenger service, which has been taken over by the obvious stuff like Facebook, by WhatsApp, by Snapchat, by, I could go on forever and mention the rest of them because there's God knows how many of them, which wouldn't be there if it wasn't for AIM in the first place. So it's been 20 years basically killing the grandpa of the whole thing, which is going to be interesting to see. And it is going to be cool though, because then, not that that's going to free up any space on the internet, because that is basically just pornography and cats at this point. So, for those of you who are Wolfenstein fans like I am, Wolfenstein, the new classes, which is the second one, is coming out sometime this month. I think it's like I think it might actually be Tuesday, which is the 10th. I think I'll have to double check that to make sure. But I have to. I can't believe I'm actually saying this. Nazis in America are mad because the game has a slogan that is "Make America Nazi Free Again." Because there's all the recent political crap that's been going on, which I'm not going to get into because that's just a whole different argument. But in the game, in the Wolfenstein universe, ever since the beginning, it has been about an alternate history where the Nazis won the Second World War, and this time, in this new game that they're releasing, they have moved on to America, and it's the 60s, and you're basically playing BJ Blazkowicz trying to get the Nazis out of America. You still have to take out, I think you have to take out Death's Head second in command if you've played the last one, which was just Wolfenstein, the New Order. Is it New Order and New Classes? I think so. But yeah, so her name's like Frau Engel, I think. You have to take out her and her daughter, but it boggles my mind that there were people actually complaining about a slogan that says "Make America Nazi Free Again." What are we coming to as a world? But I'm not going to go any more into that, because if I do, I will start complaining, and that's not something I feel like doing right now. So yeah, that's coming out, I believe, the 10th. As I said, I'll double check, and I'll either post it here or post it down below. And it's looking like it's shaping up to be a really fun game. If you like the old school, if you like Doom, the 2016 one, and if you liked the first Wolfenstein, it's looking like more of that fun run and gun, crazy, off the wall, just constantly going, constantly shooting, like Cuphead on coke. It's gonna be fun. So thank you for watching, everybody. That was Before Today this week. Some interesting stuff, like Nazis being just straight up stupid at this point. I don't know how else to put it. More Jason Moda, which is going to be fun because part 4... I'm trying to remember which one was part 4, but I keep on thinking of Season of the Witch, but that's Michael Myers. And the fact that people thought taking out the physics of boobs was the best priority on the video game for Dead or Alive. But whatever, we'll see how it all goes. And if I haven't said it already, I'm going to post everything below, which I'm pretty sure I've said it for everything, but still, it's all going to be below, and you can check it all out for yourselves. And that is all for this week. I will see you next time. Cheers!